Good morning, everybody. So today we're going to be reviewing how to use text evidence. So make sure that you have your ReadWorks assignment up in front of you so that if you need assistance, you can watch this video, pause, and work on your ReadWorks assignment for response questions. For a little refresher, remember that race really means that you are restating, answering, citing evidence from the story, and then explaining how that evidence from the story matches and supports your answer. So please review this race explanation with details if you need a refresher on how to appropriately race a response. Here is the passage that we're going to use today to help us with our race response. Explore our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. 8 planets orbit or revolve around the sun. The planets and the sun are parts of our solar system. The sun is a star. It is a giant ball of hot gas. Venus is the hottest planet. It can reach up to 850 degrees. That is hot enough to melt a rocket ship. Earth is the planet pictured on the cover. It is our home. It is the only planet that has the oxygen and water that people, animals, and plants need to live. Mars is a cold planet. It's sometimes called the red planet because it has reddish soil. Jupiter is the largest planet. It is made of thick gases. If you tried to land a rocket ship, you would sink into the planet. Saturn is the second largest planet. Like Jupiter, it is made mostly of gases. Its rings are made up of rock, ice, and dust. Uranus is cold and windy. It was the first planet to be discovered with a telescope in 1781. Neptune is called the blue planet. It is the coldest planet because it is farthest from the sun. Stay smart. Ring around the planets. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are gas planets. They all have rings. Only Saturn's rings are thick enough to be seen easily from Earth. To remember the order and names of the planets, repeat this silly sentence: My very excellent mother just served us nachos. Alright, so now that we have read the passage, let's use one of the response questions to help us practice our race skills. The planets in our solar system have similarities. Use information from the passage to support the statement. So the first thing we want to do is restate the question to make it so we can easily answer it. So I changed it to the orange sentence. Some planets in our solar system have similarities because, then I answered it. The gas planets all have rings around them. That proves how some of the planets in the solar system had something in common. They all had rings around them. How did I get that information? I found it in my passage. So I found the section that I cut and pasted here in the cite part where it said Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus and Neptune are gas planets. They all have rings. Only Saturn's rings are thick enough to be easily seen from Earth. So then I change it to where I want to cite it, and instead of just copying and pasting it like I did the part of the story, you have to type in what I call a sentence tag. And I want you to do that to be able to show that you are pulling something from another source and not trying to make up something on your own. So you need to start it with, in the text it says, the section right here. In the text it says, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are gas planets. They all have rings. So that was the same evidence that I pulled, but what I put in front of it, though, is our set of quotation marks here and here. So make sure you're putting these quotation marks in to prove that that's where you got it from the story. And then I need to explain, how did my evidence match up with my answer? So this proves how the gas planets are similar to each other. And what does that all look like when you're putting it together? It'll look like this on the other slide. So here's my orange sentence, my yellow sentence, my green sentence, and my blue sentence. Let's read it all together. Some planets in our solar system have similarities because the gas planets all have rings around them. In the text it says, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are gas planets. They all have rings. This proves how the gas planets are similar to each other. So make sure that you use this information carefully and do each part of the race response when you are responding to your ReadWorks passages. Good luck!